And yet even myself, like I've been just kind of knocking on doors, in the inner city in San Francisco, and man, I'm scared. Every day I'm scared. And yet some things are happening, some supernatural things, and there's this one guy, I love him, this guy James, met him a few months ago. In fact, he just turned 59 last week. And I remember when I found out how old he was, I just, I'm in his room, he's smoking pot, he's on methadone, he's drinking, Telemundo's going on, he doesn't even speak Spanish, he's just, all this noise is happening in his room, and I'm just going, James, man, are you ready to see God? I like you, and I'm worried that, and he goes, oh, I'll be fine, and I'm like, no, there's no way you'll be fine when you see God, and I just started, preaching to him. Just me and him in his apartment, with a buddy of mine. And I'm just going, man, look at what happened when people saw God. Isaiah was a prophet, and he just freaked out. He goes, he's going to kill me. And I'm just screaming. He going, man, you see what the angels are doing? And you're going to walk up to him, smoking, and God's going to be fine with you? And he just starts freaking out. And I'm going, man, do you want me to pray over you? Do you want Jesus in your life, real thing? And he's like, yeah. We pray, he's got like goosebumps all over his body. Go, man, what just happened? And, we baptized him a couple of weeks later, and we just had a birthday party for him at my house, and he's like, man, pray for me. He was just baptized 3 weeks ago. He goes, pray for me. I've never been clean on the first of the month. First of the month, when everyone gets their check and everyone just goes nuts in that area, he goes, it's been about probably 25 years since I've not been completely bombed on the first day of the month, and that's coming in a couple of days. And I said, yeah, definitely. And so I'm thinking last week, first of the month, I'm going to go to James' apartment. I'm going to hang out with him all day and just make sure he doesn't do anything wrong. I'm going to fix this guy. And then I get the flu. And then, oh man, I can't even get out of bed. I feel terrible. It's the first of the month. Lord, he's gonna blow it. And one of the volunteers has been working with me. This kid named Aaron goes and visits him. But in my head, I'm thinking, this guy literally has been addicted for about 40 years. 40 years. You don't send little Aaron after 40 years. This guy needs Francis Chan. Aaron, he hasn't even written anything. So, so in my head, it's like, man, what's going to happen? Again, it's a flesh. The very thing I confront other people on, I'm thinking, no, I got to be there. We got to bring me in. I'm going to do something. As though any of us could talk someone into following Jesus and staying clean after 40 years of addiction. I get a call from Aaron. It's that Thursday night, and he's, Francis, I got to tell you what happened. He goes, so I picked James up in the morning, and I go, hey, let me teach you how to go to the bank, and deposit money, or, put it on this little card so you don't just go out and buy drugs all day, and blow it all in a day. And so they went, and he got all his money on this little card, and James goes, man, I've never done that. And it's been at least 25 years since I've done this. And Aaron's like, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's get in my car. I want to take you out to dinner. So they start driving, and he goes, oh, I know of a good place. I'm going to take you to this, restaurant. And he gets lost. And he's like, oh man, he's on his iPhone. He goes, forget it. There's Popeyes. Let's go to there. And let's just get some chicken. And so they're sitting at Popeyes, and Aaron's telling me how excited. He goes, man, I'm walking through Romans 8 with them, talking about how he's going to put this thing to death now. And we're so excited because, it's first of the month, and he's been clean. And Aaron goes, tell me how this started. When did the drugs start? And James goes, I was 19 years old. He was 19 years old, exactly 40 years ago. He goes, I was working at a restaurant and my manager brought in cocaine. And he says, you want to just try some? And he goes, man, I'd smoked, I drank, but I just thought, let me try this. He goes, I tried it and I was hooked. It just got me immediately. I just couldn't get enough. He goes, but I'll never forget just sitting there in that back room. It was this, and he goes, it was in this restaurant. He goes, is this $5.99 to visit there? This used to be, and he named the restaurant. It was in this room. And he just stands up and he just starts laughing. And he goes, wow, 40 years. I've been in the desert 40 years. And God took me back to the very room where it all started to deliver me. He goes, if I ever question God, I will never question Him again. And right there they just celebrated and worshiped in the middle of Popeyes. Oh, isn't that the coolest? And I'm on the other line, Aaron just going, man, it was like the greatest day of his life. I can't believe I experienced this. And here I was just going, wow, thinking that God would need me, and forgetting. And man, the Lord is after these people. And it's when the everyday person just goes out and takes a step of faith that the supernatural happens. And I don't know what I was more excited about, James or Aaron, just to hear this young guy just beside himself, because now he's going, this is all I want to experience. And then visiting James 2 days ago and him going, Francis, did you hear the story? I go, yeah, I heard the story. He goes, man, I got chills right now just thinking about it again. He goes, it's all I can think about. And now it's so cool because his salvation doesn't rest on eloquent speech or man's wisdom, but the demonstration of the Spirit's power. And isn't that what we all want?